Welcome back, SethBling here, and I'm back on the MindCrack server. Today I am building a cactus farm, and so I want to show you that, my progress on that, and where I'm going with that. And then I also have some beacons, some charity beacons to deliver, and so I'm going to do that while talking about Minecon, which I just got back from. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going to be in this episode. Every time someone gets an achievement, I have to congratulate them. I mean, the game goes to all the effort to announce they got the achievement. Alright, so I'm going to show you, I have one spot left here. Basically you'll see there's a bunch of these stacks of cactus and whatever. I think this is a pretty good arrangement for a cactus farm. It's completely automatic and doesn't use any pistons. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I build it. Basically, I start out by placing down 3 sand, vine on the side, and then sand right here. So the sand is currently being held up by the vine down there, and so you can see. But basically, the vine is both on the side of this block and the bottom of this block. And so now, and if I actually go ahead and break these blocks, the vine is still there. It's holding this block up, and that's what we're seeing over here. So this vine is holding this block up, etc. So now I can place a cactus down and rinse and repeat. So while I go ahead and build this last stack, I'll tell you a little bit about the farm. Basically, it operates on the principle that cactus can't have anything next to it, and if it does, it'll break. You've probably seen this before. So when this cactus right here grows by 1 block, that cactus, the new cactus block, will be next to the sand over here, and it'll pop off. And so, for instance, if this cactus grew 1, it would pop off, and then hopefully it would fall somewhere along this direction and fall down into the water below. Now if the cactus pops off and hits the side of this block, it's going to land right on the cactus and it's going to break, and that's not really good. But so sometimes it's just going to break, and there's really nothing we can do about that. So that's just kind of how it works. But I feel like the arrangement I've got is pretty efficient, and I'll show you when we get to the top why that is. It's very compact. There's a lot of cactus in a pretty small space, and also the that's not what I meant to do. Talking and building is fun. When the cactus block does pop off, it has a lot of spaces where it can fall, where it will actually make it down to the bottom. So I don't know if this is the most efficient. I don't think it probably is. I'm sure there's something more efficient than what I've built, but I didn't really look at anyone else's designs as I was coming up with it, and so I just sort of did what I thought would be pretty good, and it turns out to be pretty good. I'll show you the drop rate. It's not like I'm getting a stack a minute of cactus or anything, but yeah. So basically, just keep doing this all the way up. It's I am building it to a certain height for a certain reason, and I'll get to that in a moment. The whole thing should be about 48 blocks tall, and it's not any like technical. Block came back. It's not a technical reason or anything. It's actually an aesthetic reason. Basically, the idea is I want to make this whole cactus farm look like a cactus, like a 3-block tall cactus. So I'll sort of show you what I'm planning on doing with that. I'm going to use stained clay. It's going to take basically about a double chest of stained clay. Luckily we have the new mesa biomes, so that shouldn't be too hard to get. It'll just be a lot of travel time in the nether pretty much. Alright, we're almost there. Let's see. Yeah. So once I get to the top, I can show you the pattern. It's a little bit hard to see from below what the overall pattern of all the blocks is. I think I just... Wait. Yeah. For a second I thought I was going to be spleefing myself by breaking that. Yeah, and then this is the last one. Let's put a vine here, sand, and cactus, and I'm not going to put anything else on top of this. I will put a torch, actually, just because I don't want mobs spawning up here. I guess I could use glass for these top ones rather than sand up here. I guess if I ever want to extend it upwards. Okay, so let me show you why I think this is pretty efficient. So underneath this sand block is a cactus, and if you look down, over here, there's water straight down. So if the cactus pops off, the cactus block pops off this way, it's going to drop down and into the water. Same with this way, same with this way. So 3 sides of the cactus are going into water. Now if you look at this, this cactus block has 1, 2, 3 sides. So every single cactus block has 3 sides where it can pop off. Now the cool thing is, when the cactus pops off from here, if it's going diagonally in this direction or any of the 4 directions, it's gonna basically nudge up against the sand block, and it'll still get filtered down to the water. So really, like 7 out of the 8 directions that the cactus block can go, it's going to go into somewhere that's that can go down to the water. Now, obviously, there are a lot of places like, you know, this can pop off from here and kind of fall onto that cactus. This is definitely nowhere near 100% efficiency. I'm sure probably like half of the blocks, maybe even more, are getting lost to cactus, getting eaten by a cactus. But then I can just drop down right into the water. This is kind of my collection point. So down below, everything drops into this water stream. And the water, I basically put water all the way around the edge, and it works out so that everything flows right into the middle. There's a nice, you can see there's like an X pattern in the middle where, I wonder what, I think this cactus isn't, oh, that's weird. I don't know. That was kind of weird. I don't know, but I know for sure that I am getting cactus flowing out of the system and into the chests here. So basically the hoppers pick them up and they flow through a couple chests and into this chest, and so you can see I am definitely getting plenty of cactus. You saw a couple cactus just pop into here. So it's not like a super fast rate, but since this is at my base, anytime I'm at my base, this is going to be loaded, and so I'll be getting, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 cactus a minute, and no matter what I'm doing. So it's going to add up over time, and I don't think I'll really need a ton of cactus, but I'm sure other people will, and so maybe I can sell them to other people or whatever. I don't know. It's just pretty cool. So I've got some of this lime green stained clay here. This is sort of going to be what I'm making most of the outer skin out of. I'm going to be using black stained clay too, and I actually want to basically mimic the actual skin of the cactus. So the green stained clay is going to be like the green spots here, and then I'm going to use black for all the black stuff, and I'll probably use dark green for some of this in here to try and just match the cactus as much as possible. So this is 14 blocks wide, this square, because there's actually 14 pixels in the texture of the cactus. So, and then it kind of extends out a little bit with the black spikes, and so I'll have those too. So I think it should look pretty cool from afar with all those spikes and everything also attached. And that's basically my plan. Ow. That's basically my plan for the cactus. But it is functionally pretty much complete. I guess adding the skin on will help a little bit, because I bet if we look around, yeah, there's some of this cactus is actually kind of escaping out the sides. And so once we have the walls going all the way up, those won't be able to do that. So it'll increase the efficiency just a little bit, but mostly it's functionally done. So I'm not in any rush necessarily to try and skin this, but I'll probably do it pretty soon because I just want it to look nice. This redstone is getting messy. Maybe I should go help him. No, I'm sure he's fine. Etho is plenty good at redstone. All right, well that's it. That's it for the cactus. Let's go on to the beacon charity distribution. So I invite Etho into my base to mine some ice because Starship Enterprise was full and my Silk Touch pick is almost running out. And what do I find? All my adult cows are dead and there's baby cows. That guy. I think there's some foul play. Alright, well, Etho. I've got not 3, but 5 beacons in my inventory. Okay, why do I have 5? So there was the charity beacon giveaway, and I was going to give away 3 beacons with that, but I decided to give away 2 extras. So, if you'll recall, MC Gamer, Jasano, and Badge were the 3 winners for the, basically they had the best sob story, and and so I'm going to give them beacons. And Adlington and Good are also going to get beacons. Adlington has, I think over 200 deaths. He's died the most of anyone. He needs to stop dying. So he's going to get a beacon. Hopefully that'll help him out. And then Good is the other one. And basically, I know he intended to put a book in the charity beacon thing, but leading up to Minecon, he was just so busy that he couldn't. And I really appreciate everything he did for Minecon. He really, really works really hard, and it was very awesome. So he's going to get one to Jasano19's base via Sweden. There's some sort of weird stuff going on here. So Jasano19 is the first one I'm going to give the beacon to. He's building the hospital. And while I do this, okay, this is confusing. While I do this, I am going to talk a little bit about Minecon. And Minecon was a really awesome experience. It always is. I love, hanging out with the YouTubers, getting to meet everyone. It was cool because Vintage Beef and Zisto were at Minecon, and they've never really, revealed their faces before at conventions, or I guess at all. So, where do I put this? So it was cool meeting them and getting to put a face to the voice and to the, builds and everything. I think that really helps when I can do that. Hold on, let me write this message. So that's for Jasano. 1 of 5. So it was cool to meet them in person, and of course I love hanging out with all the MindCrackers in person. They're just such a... All of them are just so chill. Okay, I think I can just go this way, though. Yeah, here we go. So that was really awesome, for sure. Let's see, we had the MindCrack meetup on Friday, or like the MindCrack party, I guess, on the Friday before Minecon, and then Minecon was Saturday and Sunday. And I really liked the MindCrack meetup. I thought it added a lot to Minecon, to my Minecon experience, because, well, basically, yeah, I signed a lot of autographs and took a lot of pictures, and for those of you who don't know, that's pretty much, this is MC Gamerspace, by the way, that's pretty much what YouTubers do at these conventions, especially the bigger YouTubers, the ones with more subscribers. There's a lot of signing and taking pictures, essentially. Enjoy your weekend. But at the MindCrack party, there was that for probably a couple hours. Well, first of all, for like 2 hours, we just signed 1,000 postcards. That was the most... yeah. Anyway, so we did that, but then when the party actually started, well, we had a dinner, and that was really cool. But then basically signed for a couple more hours, had a big line of people, and I just signed thing after thing. Hi, neighbor. Oh, what? He's a jerk. The wheat to breed my cows. What a scoundrel. Well, okay, if he's gonna rebreed my cows, then all right. Maybe he's not so bad. Who's next even? I guess I have to go to badge. But yeah, so there was a lot of signing autographs and whatever. But also, after I signed the autographs, basically I got through everyone that wanted one, and then I could just wander around and hang out with people, and that was really cool. That was unlike at Minecon. At Minecon, there's no chance to just talk with someone for 15 minutes, but at the weird that. Yeah. At Minecon, there's no chance to talk with someone for 15 minutes, but at the MindCrack meetup, I actually got to meet some people that I hadn't met before. Actually, some YouTubers like Tango Tech, who made the Iron Trench. That was cool. And then just some other, random people. That was fun. That was really cool. It was just a very nice experience. But then leading into actual Minecon, not so much of that. It was kind of like the first day I showed up, I went to the opening ceremonies with Pyro, and then I went to the Panelist Room, and they have a nice Panelist Room. That was actually really cool. Basically, it's just a room where panelists can kind of get away from the crowds, and no creepers near me, right? Get away from the crowds and sorry, can't type and talk. And just hang out. They actually had a masseuse there, which was awesome. They had one last year. Get out. They had a masseuse there, and I don't really like massages, so that wasn't that exciting for me, but it was a nice panelist room. And then so as soon as I leave the panelist room, like I step out the door, and people start recognizing me, asking for autographs, and then I just signed for a couple hours, and then I went back to the panelist room, and I went by the convention expo hall just a little bit because I needed to meet someone there for something. But then I signed for a couple more hours, and that's kind of what it's like. And it's very different being kind of a community figurehead when you go to a convention than it is just for any other normal attendee. I think it's not. I wouldn't say it's exactly fun to do all the autographs and whatever. It is kind of fun, pretending you're a celebrity for a couple days. But I would say more rewarding than anything else. It feels good. It feels like you're appreciated, and people said that. People said they respected me and that they enjoyed my content, and that all felt good. So, all right, I think I have to go upstairs to get to Good's place. Yeah, I definitely had a lot of fun at Minecon. Otherwise, though, at Universal Studios, hanging out with the Mindcrackers and Mojanksters a bit, and some other YouTubers. So there were definitely a lot of cool people to hang out with, and just also some fans. I did get some chances to hang out with those people, but and then let's see. So Sunday was my panels. I had the Redstone panel and the MindCrack panel. Is that Jay Sano's area as well? Weird. Anyway, so in the morning, the very first thing was the Redstone panel, and that was the one that I was in charge of. So that was the one I was a little bit more stressed out about. I guess I wasn't really stressed out about it, but it was definitely something that was my responsibility. Gift. Something from Blame the Controller. That was my responsibility, and so I was kind of in charge of it. And so the panels this year were a bit shorter. They were 40 minutes, and enjoy your free beacon, because he doesn't know this is coming even. They were 40 minutes, which is a bit shorter. This is his treehouse, kind of cool, way up in the jungle. And so what I suggested to the other guys on the Redstone panel and what they agreed with was we would do like 25 minutes of Q&A, and then 25 minutes of pre-selected Q&A, and then which way am I going? It must be this way. Yeah, this way. So 25 minutes of pre-selected Q&A, and then 15 minutes of open Q&A, kind of, from the crowd, questions from the crowd. And I thought that worked extremely well. I mean, basically, the first 25 minutes, we got through a lot of the common questions that we usually get asked in the Redstone panel. We were able to get through them quickly, and I wanted the first 25 minutes to set the tone for the rest of the panel and the rest of the questions, so that when we did get questions from the audience, it was, good questions that would lead to good discussion and insights and stuff. Adlington, where is Adlington? I think he's up I think he's up in the red one. So yeah, I think it did exactly that. We had some really good questions. There was like a Minecraft mom who asked a good question that let me give a good, nice, warm, loving shout out to my mom, and that was cool. And my mom really appreciated that. And there were some other really good questions, and I don't think there were any questions. There usually is at least one question that's just kind of like, did that really need to be asked? Or it's kind of someone asking for attention. It's not really a serious question, but I think every single question we had was good from the audience, so that was cool. And then the MindCrack panel, when we were talking about it, I kind of threw it out there that we should just do pre-selected questions for the whole panel, and the other guys, there was some discussion about it, but we ended up going with that, and I think it worked really well. It was because it was pre-selected, we were able to sort of divvy up the questions so that all the questions didn't go to a single popular YouTuber, because from the crowd, everyone's going to ask the people that they know and watch the questions, and so yeah, we were basically able to split up the questions really well, and I think that was cool. And yeah, it all just worked out really well. People seemed to really enjoy it. A lot of people said they really enjoyed the MindCrack panel, so I thought that was a huge success too. Panel was run, I thought, organized a lot better this year. It was, or sorry, the con was organized a lot better this year, I thought. Enjoy your free beacon. Mark Watson, the head of customer service, runs the volunteers, and I thought he did an exceptional job. Basically, anytime there was a volunteer around, we always had our needs met. We could, they would escort us from place to place so that we could get through the crowds if we needed to, rush to a panel or whatever. It was just very, very helpful. They were, keeping the lines in order, made sure we weren't getting mobs and everything. Yeah, overall, excellent job from them, and I couldn't imagine anything better. They did a really good job. So, but yeah, overall, Minecon was awesome. I'm ready. I'm ready not to sign anything for another 6 months. but after that, yeah, I'm good to go. It's always very enjoyable. We had some great discussions amongst the YouTubers too. I always learn a thing or two from other YouTubers. We're able to geek out about YouTube in a way that we can't do with our friends at home necessarily. So I had a great time. So I think that was pretty much all I wanted to say. I just wanted to give kind of a different point of view on all that stuff than you'll normally hear just from the attendees. It is a very different experience for the the people that are, like I said, the sort of the figureheads of the community. I'm not sure if I should leave this cactus stuff in here. I have, of course I have the cactus farm going. I don't know that I need this. I actually think I might. I actually kind of like how it looks just coming out of the portal and having the 3 high cactus on one side, the 3 high sugarcane on the other. I think that looks kind of cool. But yeah, so anyway, that's all I wanted to say about Minecon. Yeah. So before I closed out the episode, I wanted to see what the cactus would look like. And what I've got here is the first 16 meters of the skin on the cactus. Of course, I'm using 1 pixel per block, so that's sort of like 1 block of cactus. So I'm going to repeat this pattern 3 times, and that'll be the whole cactus. I've got a very temporary ladder here. I'm going to take this down eventually. The only thing I'm worried about with the way I've done things here is I do have all these black stained clay things protruding from the skin of the cactus, and I'm a little bit worried that mobs will spawn here, like a creeper will spawn here while I'm walking around and it'll blow up stuff. So I'm not sure. I might try and change these to slabs or light it up. I don't really want to put torches or anything on here. I think that'll make it not look quite so good, especially at night. So not really sure exactly what I'm going to do with all this, but I think it does look pretty good though. So at least for me, for my quality builds, this is basically, I realized this is basically a mega block. I have the mega block series where I recreate the blocks at 16:1 scale, and I've been a little bit sparse with those episodes. So here you can consider this kind of like a mega blocks episode if you want. But yep, so gonna keep working on this, and hopefully I'll get that done soon. But that's about it. Thanks for watching.